The absolute insanity and desperation of the Pokemon community right now is hard to put into words. But here is a bit of what's been going on. So Centro Leaks posted an Animal Crossing picture and tried to pass it off as a Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl leak. I mean, like, look at this. So this supposed screenshot from the next Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl trailer just appeared on Reddit. Could be real, could be fake, we don't know. But if you're trying to have any credibility as some kind of news or leak source, you don't post those kinds of things. You don't say, could be fake, especially when it looks like that. And I can only respect the person that went out and posted. They were playing Animal Crossing. They were like, yo, I wonder if I can make my character look like Dawn, and then just kind of pass it off like that. And honestly, when I first saw this picture, I didn't read like that it was from Animal Crossing. I saw the picture and I was like, isn't that already in like one of the existing Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl trailers? Like you just zoom in and then blur it up a bit? Because this doesn't give us any new, this does nothing for us. This could be the upcoming trailer for E3, not something that's going to be announced today or tomorrow or something. And the person isn't going to be able to provide us any extra information on top of that. So even if this was a real Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl picture, it's completely worthless. But Sintra Pokemon, absolutely zero credibility. Do I need to remind you guys that Sintra Pokemon missed the Nintendo Switch Pro release date twice? May 27th, they said it was being announced tomorrow. And then they were talking about this listing, which is so obviously immediately confirmed that's going to happen on June 4th. And then they even put in this around midnight to give themselves as much time as possible. Well, that didn't happen either because they are frauds. And then idiots will go, well, they got the Crown Tundra leaks, right? The reason why we got Crown Tundra leaks is because someone got access to the hard copy of the bundle DLC. That's not Sintro's doing. That doesn't mean Sintro has any credibility by reporting on that, because that's just real stuff. That's like what we saw with Pokemon Sun and Moon, X and Y, Let's Go. Every Pokemon game gets leaked early. And then there's also the other many times where Sintro Pokemon would post a fake 4chan leak and then it would never go anywhere and they'd delete the tweet or something like that. This also, like, if you read into this and you think Sintro is credible afterwards, it's also just absolute insanity. I thought this account only posts leaks which you think are credible. Unless you actually don't know, Sintro responded, we deleted it less than a minute after posting, small mistake. No, that is not a mistake. Their immediate reaction was to post something that looked plausible so they could get clicks. That is not a mistake. That is deliberate. And like, it just kind of keeps on going on from here, you know. What happened to the last post? You and OP both deleted them in a minute apart. It's fake. After reading the supposed details that we posted, it was pretty obvious. If it was so obvious, then why did it get posted at all? Frauds. And then they got called out on it. Like, see, once it's immediately debunked, they delete it. That's not what a credible leaker does. That's not what any kind of credible news outlet or reporting leads to. But they still have a gullible idiot following, and you can't really do much about that. Now, my favorite response is from the webmaster of Poke Experto. You know, the next Pokemon Shiny Diamond and Shimmering Pearl video will be on June 9th. It'll actually be June 10th, or 11th, or 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and so on. But by then, we have E3. So, I think this also kind of opens up another interesting discussion. Like, everyone's going crazy over this. You know, Sintro Pokemon posted this. People responded to it. Do we actually... Oh, we don't have the like and retweet count. Like, this popped off in a very short amount of time, regardless of how much garbage it was. Because, again, people are desperate for nonsense information that doesn't mean anything about fake leaks. So, it's kind of crazy. But that's why I want to kind of open this up. Because, yeah, we're in crunch time now. If we don't get, like, an announcement today of a Pokemon Direct tomorrow or on Friday or something, that's kind of it. And normally we get our, like, actual trailer on Wednesday. Now, it's not unheard of to get an announcement on Wednesday and then the trailer on Thursday. So, yeah, it's really, like, June 10th or bust. June 11th is, like, very, very low chance to actually get, like, some kind of pre-E3 trailer, which has happened from Pokemon in the past. But after that, you just kind of throw it out. Weekends are pretty much out of the question. And then we have E3 coming up, so kind of stops mattering after that. And then the response after that was, reminder, delete the incorrect ones and make a comment to the leaker citing the correct one. Boom. Like, yep, see, I had the right one. There it is, retweeting it. And the sad thing is, this strategy actually works on people in the Pokemon community. Now, it's not going to work because this is the webmaster of Pokeexperto, and they already have a following, and a lot of people have already seen this. But the thing is, like, there'll just be no-name accounts that try to set up all these predictions, and then they delete everything, and then they retweet it because you still have the date. So if the announcement comes out today or tomorrow, it'll be like, whoa, this guy predicted it. He must have some insider information. He must be a leaker or something. No, that's it right there. And then if he's wrong, he just deletes all of it. It gets memory hold, and then 3 months later, people still think they have credibility, like what's going on with Centro Pokemon. Now, this isn't against anything on the webmaster of Pokeexperto. I like this guy because he calls it out. He keeps it honest. Because that was some really good banter, and it made some good points. Also, I could kind of take it just a little further and explain when to expect Pokemon news and stuff like that. So it works out pretty well, but this tweet is straight fire as well. It's weird how no one's talking about Nintendo Switch Pro leaks anymore. They all got outed, they all deleted their tweets, and now nothing. It just looks like we're going to wait to see if that announcement happens at E3. And if there's no Nintendo Switch Pro announcement at E3, it's just going to get even better. If there is, then yeah, of course, I was super predictable and stuff like that. So we are in a complete state of madness right now, but it keeps on going because we've seen this kind of grift before. We've seen this kind of fake information before. Most notably Pixelpar, where it's like, oh, I have a feeling, you know, this is just something, not a real leaker announcement, but I have this feeling that there's going to be an announcement around this kind of time. But if it's wrong, then it doesn't remove my credibility because it's just a thought. But then if it turns out to be right, then they're going to use that to be like, see, I was pulling a fast one on you guys because that's what, like, I can't give away my leaker sources. But I'm just going to throw out dates, and then I'm just going to arbitrarily decide if they're plausible or viable or not, depending on if they come true. So, new Pokemon trailers shared last week includes the release date, but with the original videos recycled from February Presents. Many asked me, what about the next Presents? Some Pokemon news is expected before E3. I gave you a date, June 9, as my personal guess. You know why he did that? Because it's a Wednesday, and the Wednesday before E3 could be like some kind of Pokemon trailer. As I've mentioned, like we've seen in the past, we sometimes get that pre-E3 information that can be pretty strong. For Pokemon Sword and Shield, it was actually a Pokemon Presents. That was when everyone was still hyped before the announcement about the whole National Dex cut that happened at E3. So a lot of but this is just taking history. This is taking history and then betting, or actually not even like betting, it's like soft not betting on a likely play. Like, the likely outcome is that, yeah, we could actually get a Pokemon Presents announcement on a Wednesday before E3. But, you know, that's just my personal guess. However, it turns out to be true, then I was right all along because I'm an insider and I have all of this information. If it doesn't happen, no, it's just a guess. I was just kind of throwing that out there. You never know. So that's why this is the, like, this video encapsulates all of the telltale signs of just grift and fraud behavior. I don't understand why people do it at this point. Like, I guess it's for the attention, and it feels really good when people follow you thinking that you actually have credibility or something, but it's such a hollow, empty, crappy existence to just lie to people like this, and then also following it up. So, it's just my personal guess. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So once again, just kind of tainting the well, preempting all of this stuff, just in case it happens, but if it doesn't, just a guess. It doesn't remove my credibility, just a guess, guys. And then you gotta keep it vague. I believe what I know, so I'm still thinking about pre-E3. But you don't know anything. You don't have any kind of insider information or leakers or anything like that. You're just kind of setting this up like, well, people will believe me if I just use history on my side and play the, you know, positive, most likely, or not most likely, but slightly more likely scenario. If it's delayed, still nice, but who cares actually? But this guy gets so butthurt. Every time you say like, oh, he's not an insider, he doesn't have any real information, he's just making stuff up, he gets so butthurt. But then he just kind of downplays all like, who cares? And the reason why is because, you know, he set this up. I gave you a date, June 9 as my personal guess. But we didn't even get like an announcement because normally, you know, get ready trainers, tomorrow we're going to have a Pokemon Presents at X time. Well, this was after that, so yeah, you know, 11:30 a.m. June 8th. So Tuesday, no announcement for the Presents. Now, doesn't count, doesn't matter. None of the stuff happens, you know. But since the trailers are recycling the original trailer from February, adding the release date means they are full of content for new ones. But that's not insider information. That's not like, yep, we got full content coming on. There's an E3 Pokemon Presents happening. Cool. Like, not What's the point of all this? Will they drop news like the release dates, or will they actually announce a presents? For a presents, you likely see an announcement on socials the day before. If it's only random trailers, no, they'll be shadow dropped. However, with Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Let's Go, like, the shadow dropping wasn't a guarantee. Like, sometimes they would just announce before a normal trailer and not even a Pokemon Presents. So once again, this is just quoting history to sound credible when there's no credibility whatsoever. And then again, it's like, oh, well, it's not going to be a Presents, it's just going to be a random Diamond and Pearl trailer because they didn't announce it on Tuesday. And then there's just nonsense like this. Did you change your guest date since it seems like there won't be a Presents tomorrow? No, I mean, I know it was before E3, and we saw this again where it's like, oh, I know this information, so if I'm wrong, then something must have happened internally. I won't share a random guess for after E3 unless I receive some type of news. So receive. He's still relaying, he's still got the pulse on the insiders and the behind the scenes, even though he's been wrong about everything or hasn't even made some kind of like stellar or actual prediction. I don't, like, man, what a crappy life to live. And that's just how it is. Now, I understand it for Centro because they run a website and they also get like thousands of engagements and stuff like that. So that's just going to turn into straight ad revenue and brand attention. Good for them. But I don't understand like where these little small cap leakers come from and why they just keep it up. It's gross, but the Pokemon community is stupid enough to fall for it time and time again. Then fraudulent Poketubers like A-Drive just keep on promoting it, and they keep growing their fan base, even though it's like, it's all lies. It's all nonsense information. The Pokemon community exists in more of a fake reality than actual reality, and then they get upset when it's not like a complete wish list fan fiction game off 4chan. But there we go, guys. So we got some interesting stuff going on. We got to make fun of frauds, which I find always entertaining, and then we got to put some real good information behind it about what to expect and how it's all going to break down. Maybe something happens in the next couple days. I'm not saying that's like I'm an insider or a leak. It's a possibility. I'm just saying it for what it is. It's a possibility, but I'm not putting any kind of credibility or anything behind that. I'm not trying to pretend like I have any information, and if not, E3 is pretty much a guarantee. And if somehow that fails us, we saw there's going to be a Pokemon Presents like June 20-something. Like, that's just how it is. News soon. Get hype. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.